Yo, yo, yo. My phone's busting today. Yo, what's going on, everyone? Well, I guess it's irrelevant who I am, but my channel is called Video Visions, and it really just, I don't know what you even would want to call it. It's just kind of a random mess of different things that I like. And so, in today's video, I'm going to be telling you guys about the first time I took LSD. This is a classic story, in my opinion, and it's definitely a shorter one, so I know that there's some people out there who have been asking for some shorter ones. So here it is. Without any further ado, let's just jump right into it. First things first, I want to say that this story happened way back in high school. And so to me, I probably only about 3 or 4 stories that happened back in high school. So, that's definitely why I'm excited to tell this one. And that's really the main reason, because it's not a crazy acid story. It's not like nothing insane happened. Like, it's not like my first time taking psilocybin when we got pulled over by the police or by the fucking sheriff or whatever. It's not like, it's just not like some of my other stories that are a lot more intense. This is just a great time with the homies. And I also want to say, too, you're going to be watching some Halo Reach gameplay. This is on PC. Just been playing custom games. This is like all I've been doing with my free time. It's just so much fun. But yeah, I suck at it, but hopefully it's entertaining enough to watch. I tried to edit the gameplay and make it more interesting. So let me know how you guys feel in the videos. But either way, this is the first time taking LSD. So I got a buddy. So we're at school, right? And like I said, this is way back in high school. This is senior year. And I got a buddy named Cody. Now, Cody, on this fine, beautiful day, he's asking me, he's kind of like, yo, you know anybody? Well, first he's kind of saying, dude, do you want to try LSD? And I was a little nervous. I was kind of honestly like, nah, but at the same time, yes. Like, I was very interested, but I was a little bit worried about it. So he's asking me, he's like, well, do you know anybody? And I'm kind of thinking to myself, I'm kind of going, do I know anybody? And then, I don't even know what we're going to call this guy. Doesn't even need a name, just a good old plug, just a nice old fashioned, reliable plug. I hit him up, and he's like, yeah, I got you on a tab. And he had these Sour Patch Kids. And so I think we had my car. I drove me and Cody, and we go pick up the acid. Everything's all fine and dandy. We get our drugs, and we head to go pick up our other homie, David. Now, David isn't like super relevant to the story, other than the fact that, he got a third of the tab, but I don't think he got any LSD whatsoever, because he didn't report any. Like, he was just like, okay, is that what it, like, he didn't get anything. So, honestly, well, we'll get to this, right? So, we got another homie, too. There's a lot of people in the story. We got a homie named Tito, and he's got an apartment. He's got some roommates, and there's no parents there. So, this, for a short while, was the spot to kick it. It was a very short-lived thing, but while it was a thing, it was lit. And I'm sure you guys could imagine why. So we get to Tito's, and first things first, we get in the kitchen, we get a knife, and we cut up our tab. We cut it into thirds, and I'm pretty sure I got the middle, because it would make sense. Like, if somebody's dripping their dripper on, like, Sour Patch Kids, they'd just be putting it right in the middle. And it probably doesn't expand out very far. So I'm thinking that I got the majority. Cody did say he got some. He said it was a decent little experience, nothing crazy, but he definitely had LSD on his, piece of candy. So, we're down the hatch. We're offered a little bit of weed by one of Tito's roommates. We take a nice little bong rip, and we're feeling good. We're feeling really good. We're like, all right, well, what should we do? And we're like, fuck it, let's go to Jack in the Box, because we can just walk over there and kill some time. So we're walking to Jack in the Box, just, not a care in the world. We got, we just got, these are, god damn, fucking gas station cigars will get you, man. But this was a time. This was really a time when, you know, at least for me, when I just think back and just think, man, we had no worries in the world. We're just, you know, we're microdosing LSD and we're just walking through the town, just on our way to Jack in the Box, just, talking about fucking who knows what, but just, it's irrelevant. We're just having a great time, you know, and pretty quickly once we got into Jack in the Box, we got our drinks, whatever, I'm starting to come up. And I'm starting to kind of get a little nervous because I'm like, whoa, boys, I'm on the come up. And they're kind of like, huh? They're not really feeling anything. I'm like, whoa, we got to get back to Tito's. So we scurry on back to Tito's, and they're all kind of waiting there for us. There's like 5 heads here. And they're like, yo, you guys, you want to go on a walk? And it's starting to kind of get dark, it's starting to, it's definitely starting to get dark. So we're like, all right, bet. That sounds like a decent idea for some reason. Let's go hike into the pitch black, while we're tripping on LSD for the first time. But, so we get our stuff, whatever. We hop in the homie's car. Because I remember I didn't drive there. I definitely didn't drive there. It was one of his roommates or something. And, I don't know how we got here, dude. I don't remember shit from the drive. I just remember pulling up to this, nature spot. And we get out the car, and we gotta walk, 20 or 30 minutes to get to this view or whatever. Okay, so we're walking. And we're halfway through the walk, Or maybe it was more like 45 minutes. Because remember, it was 20 minutes in. And my homie Quan. And you guys would love my homie Quan, honestly. This guy just a great guy, but he because I'll never forget. I have this memory with him where he came over to my house, and we're 14, 13 years old. He comes over to my house and he picks up my little Shih Tzu, my little dog, and he's all just holding the dog in his arms like a baby, and he just starts pissing, just this stream goes straight up in the air, and he's just peeing on him, and Quan doesn't know, and he's just kind of rocking him like a baby. And my dog just kind of let it just going, just got a stream straight up in the air, just going everywhere. And my homie Quan didn't even notice it until the end, and he just, I don't know, it was just stuff like that, man. We just did the weirdest stuff when we were kids, and the weirdest things happened, I swear. But so either way, Quan, he's all, yo, guys, he starts getting freaked out. He's like, we should honestly turn back. These guys are tripping. We're walking into sheer darkness. We should probably head on back. So, we kind of all are on board. I remember feeling really good. I wasn't even worried about it. I could have been walking into the darkness all by myself, but it didn't matter. It was weird. I just didn't have any worries. All was well. It was like I said, it was a very pleasant acid trip. But remember, we get back, and this is one of the highlights of the story because, I had been wanting to purchase myself a little bit of tree for the trip, and luckily I knew somebody in the same apartment complex who, calls himself a plug. This guy is definitely not a plug. He could have his own little series about being the world's worst plug. But I hit him up. He's like, yeah, I got you on some dispensary, bro. I'm like, oh, can you get me an eighth? He's like, yeah, I got some fire. I just got this from the dispensary. It's a gas. I'm like, all right, cool. So I kind of walk over to his door. We kind of do our little trade, and I head back to Tito's. And now this is the main thing that this is the main part of the story in my opinion right here, because I pull out this little bag, right, and it's literally. It's just a gram. It even says on the little bag. It's just a 1 gram sample bag. And he sold me this for 20. And listen, you guys, in Cali, I mean, even when I first started off buying, this is just a joke to me, honestly. This is the worst deal I've ever had. This is the worst purchase I've ever made. And I just thought it was funny because there was 8 heads at this place, mind you, but we still proceeded. We're hey, well, we got spark up, my dude. We still got something. We're still in business. But yeah, like I said, this wasn't a crazy story. I just really wanted to tell it because it's a great memory with all my friends, and it's just You know, reminds me of simpler times, you know, when things were different and not so serious. Just, you know, we just did things for fun and didn't have the same worries. I don't know, just a different time. Goated nonetheless. But hey, thank you guys all so much for all the support, all the comments. Really hope you guys enjoy the new videos coming out, and thank you so much. It's been Vidya. Peace.